19 Foods that heal. 1. Milk. Milk is a truly magical product given to us by nature itself. It contains all the substances necessary for the development and growth of the body. Milk fat is the basis for the synthesis of synovial fluid, which provides normal lubrication of articular surfaces. Milk and dairy products such as ghee and freshly made yogurt are considered very important for nutrition. The most compromise in urban conditions is the option of using pasteurized milk. It is dead by 25% and is stored not for years, but for 5-7 days. However, it is better to use fresh milk from a reliable source. Note that prolonged boiling of milk, more than 15 minutes, leads to a structural change in valuable proteins for the worse, in terms of nutritional value, so if you boil milk, then remove it immediately after boiling. Warm milk for insomnia. A cup of warm milk, drunk before going to bed, soothes and improves sleep.
You can drink milk by itself, but it will become tastier and healthier if you add a pinch, up to 1/8 teaspoon, of nutmeg or a little crushed almonds, preferably blanched, and a pinch of cardamom and nutmeg to the milk.
Almonds can be crushed in a coffee grinder. Milk with turmeric. It is useful to drink hot milk boiled with turmeric, and a half teaspoon per cup of milk. Milk and ghee. 1 or 2 tablespoons of ghee in a cup of hot milk before going to bed is a mild but effective laxative, but it cannot be used regularly by overweight people. Saffron milk. An excellent remedy for stopping internal bleeding is to drink a cup of warm milk with the addition of a half teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of saffron. Before going to bed, drink milk with bromie, boil for a couple of minutes and a half teaspoon of bromie in a cup of milk. This will noticeably improve memory. To enhance the effect, add a pinch of saffron to the milk, having previously cooled it. The duration of such treatment is unlimited. 2. Oats. Oats contain biologically active compounds that have a beneficial effect on the human body.
Oats are used to rejuvenate the body. A decoction of oats is useful for pneumonia, tuberculosis, senile infirmity, heart and liver diseases, anemia.
Oatmeal broth is indispensable for restoring the body after a long illness or a serious operation. Whole natural oats are a wonderful antidepressant and tonic that adds healthy fiber to our diet.
Breakfast should definitely include oatmeal cooked with half an apple, a pinch of cinnamon, 4-5 walnut halves and a half cup of low-fat natural cottage cheese, so that protein and calcium are present in the breakfast. One of the miraculous remedies in the kitchen of healing is oatmeal jelly. Such jelly is favorable for people of any physique, is easily digested and effectively helps with weight gain, cardiovascular diseases, cystitis, gout, metabolic disorders. It strengthens the immune system and nourishes the nervous and bone tissues. 3. Ghee. To obtain purified ghee oil, unsalted cow's oil is heated over medium heat for about 15-30 minutes. After the oil begins to boil and foam appears, it is removed, but not thrown away, since it has medicinal properties. Reduce the fire. The oil becomes transparent, has a golden color, smells like popcorn. When a drop of water placed in the oil begins to crackle, the ghee is ready. After it cools down slightly, it should be filtered, separating the sediment. Ghee should be stored in a dry, dark place. It is possible at room temperature. The medicinal properties of ghee oil improve over time. In any case, do not scoop ghee with a wet spoon and do not allow water to enter the jar where it is stored, as this will create conditions for the reproduction of bacteria and lead to damage to ghee. Unlike other oils that clog the liver, ghee cleanses it and gives it strength. Ghee also nourishes the bone marrow, nerve tissue and brain, lubricates connective tissue and makes the body more flexible. Ghee is a wonderful rejuvenating and tonic for the mind, nervous system and brain. 4. The mummy.
The mummy is a natural multidimensional regulator of the functioning of both individual organs and systems of the human body. Mummy gives a number of positive clinical effects: elimination of heavy metals from the body, immunomodulatory effect, anti-anemic effect, antisclerotic effect, normalization of lipid, protein, carbohydrate metabolic processes, improvement of reproductive function, antitoxic effect, optimization of endocrine system functions, hepatoprotective effect, stimulation of generator processes, increase in the area of biochemical reactions in the intestine, optimization of enzymes, antihypoxic effect. Tones the nervous system and has a rejuvenating effect on the pancreas. This remedy also helps to prevent diabetes mellitus, which begins in adulthood. Spouses are recommended to use mummies 1-2 months before conception. This prevents many childhood diseases and gives strength to the child. Mummy is recommended for the prevention of many diseases. Dosage: 1-2 tablets from 0.00066 pound to 0.0022 pound, twice a day with honey or milk. 5. Honey. Honey is pollen and nectar of flowers mixed with bee saliva. Honey contains wax, easily absorbed by the human body. Of the many different sweeteners, only honey can be consumed in its pure natural form. The safest way to purchase honey is to buy it directly from the beekeeper. If this is not possible, buy honey in a transparent glass container and look at the wax residue. If the sediment is not visible, refrain from buying. Even if the package says unprocessed, this honey has already been heated. If the packaging says not heat treated, it means that honey is quite safe. The composition, consisting of lemon, cranberry, rosehip and honey, all in equal parts, helps with high blood pressure, heart disease, vascular sclerosis. Honey helps to improve digestion and is especially useful for constipation caused by intestinal lethargy. Children's appetite improves, hemoglobin increases. Honey is necessary for a child with measles, whooping cough, scarlet fever, mumps. It helps to increase the body's defenses. Children with angina can do honey rinsing by dissolving honey in warm water. Such rinsing quickly eliminates plaque in the throat, reduces the soreness of the lymph nodes. Honey for insomnia: take 1 tablespoon of honey per 1 cup of warm water half an hour before meals. An excellent tonic drink is the following composition. Mix 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar and 2 teaspoons of honey in a glass of warm boiled water and drink 1-2 times a day, preferably before meals, depending on the state of the body, on mental and physical activity. This mixture tastes like apple cider and contains all the necessary set of mineral elements. 6. Mango. Mango is a hot, oily food filled with energy and quickly quenching hunger. Mango fruit, which does not have fibers, is heavy, but its taste is better than the taste of fibrous mango. Juicier mangoes are also sweet, very easily digested and give energy to the stomach. Sour mangoes should never be consumed in writing, except for their use as a seasoning called amkora, mango powder, and in the form of dried mango flakes. Ripe, sweet and juicy mango fruit promotes the formation of blood. If you drink a glass of warm milk after taking mango, the whole body will be filled with energy, and this will have a particularly beneficial effect on the intestines. If, instead of a glass of milk in a hot period, you drink a glass of a cold drink made from milk and cold water added for cooling, this will reduce the impact of heat and increase the strength and vitality of the whole organism. Mango excites and energizes the nervous system, increases weight, treats constipation, activates the kidneys and promotes urination, so that the body is able to get rid of toxins accumulated inside the body. Mango should never be eaten on an empty stomach. Mango preserves youth and allows you to feel young for a long time. By stopping premature aging of the body, mango protects a person from decrepitude and old age. If you live on mango and milk for 2 months, during the mango ripening season,
then the stomach and intestines will gain a second youth, the digestive fire will increase and the appetite will increase. Mangoes, put in sugar syrup and left until soaked in it, give a lot of energy. They will serve as a tonic for the brain, stomach, lungs and blood and help get rid of constipation.
7. Black pepper.
Black pepper is useful for asthma, throat diseases, hemorrhoids, cholera, indigestion, bladder infections and as a tonic.
In Sanskrit, black pepper is called marik. This is one of the names of the sun, and black pepper got this name due to the fact that a huge amount of solar energy is condensed in it. Nourishes plasma, blood, fat, bone marrow and nerve tissue. It affects the digestive, circulatory and respiratory systems.
Black pepper is recommended for chronic indigestion as a digestive stimulant. It cleanses the digestive tract of aroma, kindles acne, expels intestinal parasites, has antimicrobial qualities.
Restores the disturbed metabolism. In moderation, it is useful for heart diseases, coronary thrombosis. With regular use, it reduces the tendency to gain weight. In combination with honey, it is an expectorant. Perfectly cleanses the respiratory organs, removes mucus from them, reduces its formation. Strengthens memory, cleanses brain vessels, normalizes cerebral circulation, treats sinusitis, tonsillitis, bronchitis and heart disease. When taking pepper through the nose in the form of drops or ointment on ghee relieves stagnation of mucus in the sinuses, relieves headache, facilitates epileptic seizures. The oil is used for spot marma massage and for inhalation for colds. It is recommended to take 3 grains of black pepper a day once a year for 2 to 3 weeks after meals to cleanse the gastrointestinal tract. 8. Hot pepper, chili. Chili pepper nourishes plasma, blood, bone marrow, nerve cells, has a beneficial effect on the digestive, respiratory, circulatory systems. It is used to improve blood circulation. The sharp taste dissolves blood clots in the vessels, cleanses them, improving blood circulation, which leads to an increase in the vital activity of the body and the vigor of all its organs. Pepper helps digestion and does not cause ulcers.
It is recommended for indigestion, slagging of the body, poor digestion, intestinal parasites.
In moderate amounts, pepper increases vitality, increases the physical strength of the body necessary to fight the disease. It is very useful for overweight people, because it dries up excess moisture, dissolves fat, thereby reducing the massiveness of the body. Lowers cholesterol, which is the prevention of cardiovascular diseases. Enhances the qualities of other spices and herbs. Pepper is used as an analgesic. It is rubbed and applied to the skin in case of muscle or joint pain. A large amount of red pepper has a reverse cooling effect on the body. On the physical plane, an excess of sharp taste leads to intense thirst, blood thinning and thinness.
It is contraindicated in gastric ulcer, duodenal ulcer, ulcerative colitis, gastritis with increased acidity.
9. Fennel. In Sanskrit, fennel is called madhurika, which means giver of sweetness. Fennel has a spicy, sweet aroma, reminiscent of the smell of anise, and has a cooling and refreshing effect.
Fennel nourishes plasma, blood, muscles, bone marrow, has a beneficial effect on the digestive, nervous, genitourinary systems, helps in the treatment of kidney and, especially, kidney stone diseases.
Fennel is useful for people of any constitution and has no contraindications. This is one of the best spices that stimulate digestion in cases when spicy spices and peppers cause irritation or allergies. Fennel enhances the digestive fire without increasing the bile content. The aroma of fennel has a calming effect on the nerves and mind, bringing the intellect into a state of concentration and attention. Fennel neutralizes toxins, promotes digestion, lactation, cleansing the stomach and intestines of excess mucus and microorganisms, treats respiratory diseases.
Fennel is recommended for indigestion, low digestive fire, abdominal pain, cramps and gases in the intestines, difficulty urinating, abdominal colic, in children, mucus accumulation in the lungs, radiation exposure, cancer.
To do this, an infusion of 2 teaspoons of seeds per glass of boiling water is prepared.
For a better metabolism, fennel is not only added to the food, but also chewed. 1 teaspoon of raw or slightly toasted seeds, after eating, as it helps digestion, disinfects the oral cavity and refreshes the breath.
Fennel is perfectly combined in taste and cooling effect with cumin and coriander. Tea from these seeds in any combination is an excellent tonic for a weak or sick stomach, especially in children and the elderly. In India and Europe, fennel fruits are used for influenza. Fennel infusion, free, 5 g per glass of boiling water, helps to clear the lungs and respiratory tract of mucus. Fennel is a very effective therapeutic agent for cancer patients after radiation exposure or chemotherapy. From dryness and inflammation of the eyes, washing with fennel tea and lotions from the infusion, 1 tablespoon per 1 cup of boiling water helps. Fennel tea has a calming effect on the central nervous system, eliminates nervousness and fear. An infusion of 1/2 teaspoon of fennel seeds per glass of boiling water will help children from stomach colic. It is contraindicated in large quantities for pregnant women. 10. Cardamom. There are 2 types of cardamom, mainly green is used, somewhat inferior in medical properties to brown.
Cardamom has a sharp and sweet taste, nourishes plasma, blood, bone marrow, nerve cells, affects the digestive, respiratory, circulatory, nervous systems. For treatment, cardamom is used in the form of infusion, do not boil, powder, from 0.00022 pound to 0.0011 pound in milk. Add cardamom to the dish very carefully, because it is a strong spice. 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground cardamom is enough to flavor a dish for 5-6 people. Cardamom has a sharp, sweet and astringent taste. It gently stimulates digestion, is part of anti-cold teas. Cardamom is used for colds, coughs, bronchitis, asthma, hoarseness, loss of taste, poor digestion, indigestion. It is used to treat the prostate gland and strengthen the spleen. Cardamom essential oils disperse mucus accumulated in the spleen and lungs. Aromatic tea made from a mixture of ground cardamom, ground dry ginger and cloves helps to cope with abdominal pain, from overeating or indigestion, and promotes good bowel function.
Added to coffee, cardamom eliminates the toxicity of caffeine. A few cardamom seeds can eliminate nausea and stop vomiting and, according to recent studies by doctors, are also an excellent tonic for the heart. After chewing cardamom seeds, you can get rid of a bad smell in your mouth, relieve morning weakness and lethargy. It also cures severe salivation, pyrosis.
Nutwash infusion of cardamom and cinnamon cures pharyngitis, dry throat, hoarseness.
Daily rinsing of the mouth and throat with cardamom infusion is a reliable protection against the flu. Eating 4-5 black cardamom seeds with a teaspoon of honey every day will improve your eyesight, strengthen your nervous system and prevent harmful microbes from entering your body.
Cardamom also affects our body on a subtle, psychophysical level. Cardamom greatly promotes activity and clarity of mind, improves cerebral blood supply, stimulates the heart, gives a feeling of lightness, calmness and well-being.
A pinch of ground cardamom brewed with tea, especially herbal, gives it an exceptionally pleasant fresh aroma. This fragrant tea is also used as a remedy for dysentery, indigestion, with a strong heartbeat, as well as a good tonic that relieves depression and fatigue after a busy working day. It also has an analgesic effect, relieves tooth and ear pain. Cardamom oil is used for baths for pain in the body, for inhalation and aromatherapy. Contraindicated in ulcers. 11. Garnet. Pomegranates have a sweet, sour, astringent taste, have a warming effect, have a sharp VPAC. Pomegranates stimulate the formation of red blood cells and are useful for anemia, fever and pathological conditions of the heart. Sweet pomegranates treat dysentery, diarrhea, vomiting, dyspepsia and heartburn.
They cleanse the mouth, throat, stomach and heart, increase semen production, purify the blood, eliminate anxiety and quench thirst.
Eating one pomegranate a day is more than enough. Excessive use of pomegranate leads to constipation. Do not use pomegranate juice with meat, milk or yogurt. For anemia, drink 3 times a day a drink of 1/2 cup of pomegranate juice with a pinch of ginger and pipali. 2 drops of fresh pomegranate juice, dripped into the nostrils, will help stop nosebleeds. A glass of pomegranate juice with a teaspoon of sugar and 5-10 drops of lime juice can help with rashes, hives and hot flashes. Take 2-3 times a day. For morning ailments, drink pomegranate juice with a teaspoon of sugar in small sips. With symptoms of dehydration, drinking a drink from a glass of pomegranate juice with 1/2 cup of grape juice, 1 spoonful of sugar and a pinch of ginger helps. Pomegranate juice with cranberry juice helps with edema and urinary tract infections. Pomegranate juice helps well with high acidity. Pomegranate juice mixed with lemon juice and cinnamon is the best remedy for those who seek to overcome the addiction to alcohol. 12. Coriander. Coriander seeds owe their fragrant smell to the presence of aromatic essential oils in them, 1.7%. For treatment, it is used in the form of an infusion, cold or hot, powder, from 100 to 500 ml. Coriander is an excellent carminative, diuretic, tonic and gastric remedy, prevents excess bile. It feeds plasma, blood, muscles. Helps to cleanse the kidneys, heals them, drives sand and stones. Helps the proper distribution of mucus and fat in the body. Coriander as a spice in food, as well as in a drink, has a cooling effect on the body. Coriander has a sharp, sweet and bitter taste, a sharp aftertaste. Despite the acute nature, it has a cooling effect on the body.
It is recommended for burning during urination, cystitis, infectious diseases of the urinary organs, rashes, burns, dry throat, nausea, indigestion, allergies, hay fever.
Coriander seeds are chewed to get rid of an unpleasant smell in the mouth. Aromatic volatile coriander oils contribute to the elimination of toxins from the body, facilitate the digestibility of carbohydrate foods and root crops. In India, coriander is often used for abdominal pain. To do this, the seeds are boiled in water or ground coriander is brewed with boiling water and this tea is drunk on an empty stomach. Cottage cheese, seasoned with a large amount of ground coriander, cures diarrhea and dysentery. A fresh wound can be protected from infection by sprinkling it with coriander powder. To relieve fever, it is necessary to pour 2 tablespoons of coriander with a glass of water at room temperature at night and drink in the morning. During the day, drink coriander tea with lemon. Skin rashes and pimples disappear from regular use of coriander tea, 2 teaspoons per glass of water. In the old days, coriander was used as a means to enhance sexual feeling. 13. Raisins. Raisins should be eaten by weak and elderly people suffering from exhaustion and various diseases that gradually exhaust the body. The iron contained in raisins is easily absorbed by the body and helps it in the formation of more blood. Since raisins have a higher alkalinity in comparison with other fruits, it maintains the acid balance of the body and provides a greater supply of vitality. Raisins are eaten with roasted or unroasted almonds, cashews, pine nuts, dried papaya and pistachios. All this forms a full-fledged diet, containing nutrients in abundance for growing children's organisms. Raisins help to eliminate toxins from the body and improve the chemical balance of the blood. Raisins form a fantastically perfect combination with milk or yogurt, as they complement each other wonderfully. Daily consumption of raisins in food keeps the body healthy and fills it with energy. 14. Turmeric.
Turmeric cleanses and warms the blood, helps normalize the functions of the pancreas. With diabetes, it is taken together with Amalaki or Triphala, treats stomach ulcers, gastritis, hepatitis.
Cleanses the blood from staphylococcal infection and from elevated sugar or carbohydrates in the blood. It is used as an anthelmintic agent, suppresses putrefactive microflora in the intestine, cleanses the intestines of excess mucus, normalizes the activity of the gastrointestinal tract. A good regenerative remedy, tightens ulcers, both internal and cutaneous, treats burns. Turmeric is a natural antibiotic and, unlike modern medicines, does not suppress, but restores the intestinal microflora. It is widely used for liver diseases, including chronic viral hepatitis. In case of internal bleeding, it is taken together with saffron. Regulates the amount of cholesterol in the blood, promotes the outflow of bile, improves the functioning of the pancreas.
Externally, it is used for hair loss, rubbed into the head in a mixture with amla oil, together with sandalwood oil or simply as a powder for skin diseases, with sesame oil for massage.
Turmeric powder is used to cover all kinds of wounds and abrasions, from ordinary cuts to ulcers. Improves the complexion, cleanses the skin and opens the sweat glands, smooths cracks and heals, improves blood flow. The mask in the form of turmeric paste is applied in the evening for 2-3 minutes and washed off with a cotton swab with warm milk or water. In the morning, to remove the yellow color, wipe your face with a paste of vegetable oil and flour. In combination with honey, turmeric helps with bruises, sprains, joint inflammation. Lotions made of ghee and turmeric are good for pustules, ulcers on the skin and abscesses. For chronic diarrhea, flatulence and other similar diseases, it is taken in the form of 1 teaspoon of powder mixed with a glass of water. Rinsing from 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric and 1/2 teaspoon of salt per glass of warm water is used for sore throat, to remove mucus and disinfect the mucous membrane. Turmeric paste and aloe juice is a remedy for burns. In diabetes mellitus, it is taken together with mummy 0. 0.011 pound of turmeric per 1 tablet of mummy, twice a day. Regular use in food cures urticaria. Turmeric paste with lemon juice and salt is used for stretching with swelling if applied to the affected area. Rinsing, prepared from 1 teaspoon of turmeric per glass of warm water, will relieve the inflammatory process and bleeding gums, strengthen them. For allergic asthma, dissolve 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric in 1/2 cup of hot milk and take 3 times a day on an empty stomach. For anemia, take 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric mixed with honey. Iron from turmeric will be well absorbed. In case of eye inflammation, dilute 2 teaspoons of turmeric in 0.5 liters of water and boil until the water is half evaporated. Cool and instill in sore eyes 3 times a day. If there is a danger of poisoning with chemicals and insecticides, it is added to food and removes toxins from the body. For colds, coughs and flu, a mixture of 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric with 30 ml of warm milk helps. Take 3 times a day. With pharyngitis, 1 teaspoon of honey is mixed with 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric and kept in the mouth 3 times a day for several minutes. For vitiligo, an ointment is used. 0.44 pound of turmeric, pour 4 liters of water and leave overnight. In the morning, boil until half is left. Mix with 300 ml of mustard oil. Simmer until all the water has evaporated. Pour into a dark bottle and apply to the affected areas morning and evening for several months. The ointment is contraindicated for children under 2 years of age. 15. Nutmeg. Nutmeg has 3 flavors out of 6 possible: sharp, bitter and astringent, and its aftertaste is sharp, so it ignites the fire of digestion. In small doses it is a good sedative, relaxing and sleep-inducing. Nutmeg is an effective remedy for digestive disorders of a neurotic nature. It is used in a state of exhaustion, it soothes stomach pains and nourishes nerve tissues well. It effectively stops diarrhea without causing constipation, like oak bark. To do this, mix in a half cup of yogurt and then a half cup of water, add 1/3 teaspoon of ginger and nutmeg. Or you just need to eat a banana mixed with nutmeg. Nutmeg has a calming effect on children when they are teething. To do this, mix 0.0022 pound of powder with honey or milk and give twice a day. If children cry at night, then they can also be given a little nut powder with honey. In case of insomnia, it is recommended to drink a glass of warm milk mixed with 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg in the evening. For rheumatism and neuralgia, prepare a paste of nutmeg and sesame oil. Apply in a heated form to the sore spot. With a headache from a cold, applying a paste of ground nutmeg and milk to the forehead helps. Caution: the use of nutmeg in large quantities is dangerous. The use of 3-4 chopped nuts per person has a narcotic effect. The use of more than 1 teaspoon can lead to burning in the stomach and vomiting. 16. Lemon. For acid disorders and gastritis, after morning procedures, drink the juice of 1 lemon dissolved in a glass of warm water. If possible, add a pinch of black salt. In case of upset or indigestion, juice of 1 lemon in a glass of warm water with the addition of 1/4 teaspoon of ground roasted cumin and a pinch of black salt and freshly ground black pepper. Add salt or honey to taste. For all types of nausea, cut the lemon into 2 parts and heat both halves in an open frying pan until the juice inside the fruit boils. Add salt to 1/2, sprinkle sugar on the other and suck the juice out of both halves. For diarrhea, heat the juice of 1 lemon, add the juice of a freshly squeezed lemon and a pinch of black pepper. Drink it all in one go. With stones or sand in the kidneys, it may be very useful to use 2-3 times a day a mixture of lemon and cilantro juices taken 1 teaspoon per glass of water. As a rule, lemons should be stored in glass or ceramic dishes. Never keep lemons in a metal container. Lemons, and especially lemon juice, dissolve metal oxides, and these oxides can be harmful to the body. 17. Garlic. Helps to reduce blood pressure, improves blood circulation, reduces the level of lipids and cholesterol in the blood. Prevents the formation of blood clots and protects against certain types of cancer. 18. Amalaki. This plant is the most famous in ancient and modern medicine. Thanks to clinical studies conducted over the past 20 years, it has become a sensation plant in Western pharmacology. Sometimes it is called Indian gooseberry, in Sanskrit it is called Amalaki, in Hindi Amla, in English, Emblic myrabollen. Amla is truly a gift from God. Translated from Sanskrit, Amalaki means nurse. This plant is similar in its healing properties to a nurse or mother. In medicine, berries are used in dried and fresh form, flowers, shoots, bark, seeds.
Amalaki has pronounced antioxidant properties, increases hemoglobin, regulates sugar and cholesterol levels, promotes hair and nail growth, strengthens bones and teeth, has a rejuvenating, anti-inflammatory, adaptogenic effect. Amalaki has an immunomodulatory effect. The usual activation of immunity is not always favorable, since there is a group of diseases associated with autoimmune aggression, bronchial asthma, insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus, glomerulitis, psoriasis, etc. Amalaki brings the immune system into balance and normalizes the state of the neuroendocrine system, regulating the function of the most important hormonal organs, thyroid, pancreas, thymus glands, adrenal glands, reproductive system. Amalaki effectively cleanses the blood from toxins secreted by pathogenic microflora and from AMA, products of incomplete metabolism. Amalaki seeds, ground to a powdery state, are prescribed for asthma, bronchitis and catarrh. Amalaki with lemon juice helps with acute bacterial dysentery.
Jam from Amalaki perfectly cleanses the blood. The infusion of Amalaki helps to strengthen all blood vessels, prevents premature aging of the skin and cartilage, has an anti-tumor effect. As a tonic, take a half teaspoon of Amalaki fruit powder with warm water. This is recommended for both young and elderly people. This remedy strengthens memory, synchronizes the work of the right and left hemispheres, harmonizes the work of the pituitary gland and nourishes the neurons of the brain, which improves intellectual abilities. 19. Grapes. Grapes are recognized as useful for skin and lung diseases, gout, rheumatism, arthritis and obesity.
Grapes are recommended for people suffering from fever, anemia, general weakness, indigestion, constipation, dropsy, dysentery, colitis, bronchitis, heart disease and kidney disease.
A 4-6-day annual fast on grapes or grapes and lemon juice is recognized as a great cleansing procedure. During this period, it is recommended to eat 53 pounds of grapes per day. Ripe, sweet grapes should be eaten directly in the form of berries or in the form of juice. Mix a glass of grape juice with 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice and a teaspoon of honey. The use of this mixture twice a day for 45 days helps to increase libido, strengthen memory and increase mental strength. People suffering from exacerbations of cystitis, urethritis, burning sensation during urination should consume 1 glass of grape juice with a pinch of rock salt and a teaspoon of ground cumin 2-3 times a day. 0.066 pound of finely ground grape seed powder and a pinch of natural camphor are useful for brushing teeth. This remedy helps with gingivitis, gum suppuration and periodontal disease.
Vinegar made from the juice of sour grapes, taken in small quantities with food, has a beneficial effect on people suffering from intestinal weakness, weakness of the digestive fire, rheumatism, gout and arthritis.